Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Te Atiawa First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides and the universal energies. A few videos today, because sorry I missed yesterday. Just got busy and then took the opportunity to actually give the apartment a really thorough clean. And yay, we love cleaning, but it does take time. Okay, what I want to have a look at in this particular reading, goodness me, where do I go? First of all, I'm just going to say, look after yourselves, don't poke the bear, don't stir up the hornet's nest. If you have Paris false signs out or bumper stickers on your car or whatever, I would probably suggest that you think about removing them. What are we, a week out now? Yeah, I would probably remove them. If you can still vote early, encourage others to do so as well. Okay, but what I want to have a look at, goodness me, where do I go next? Just on that topic, I had a couple of, I had one of my lovely viewers who said that they went to the military base where they to just update their ID. One of them is a US veteran, and we're both told that they were non-citizens, classified as non-citizens all of a sudden. And it's like, excuse me, what? Uh, huh? so, so I'm just going to say, and then, you've got a policy being put out there that non-citizens will be rounded up and put in concentration camps and deported. If you think that they're not coming for you, if people that you know think that they're not coming for them, they are. It just really astounds me that, okay, this is telling me where I've got to go for this next reading. I'm going to go to Afghanistan. If you think they are not going to come for the next level, know that they are. If you are got a dual citizenship, if you have become a citizen but an immigrant, if you are of a colour that is not white, if you have eyes that look differently, know that they will come for you. Now, this is going to be stopped. I don't want to worry you. This will be stopped, but this is what they're telling me. Okay. One day I'll ditch the cards and just go full Susan Lennon channel. Okay, but what I want to have a look at, and this is why I flicked the page over for those that want to know what my notebook looks like, I'm going to hold it up. This is my notebook. Scribble, 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 and flick over to the next page. Scribble, 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 and I flicked over to the next page where I've got a few other things that I want to read on, and I was drawn instantly to the Afghanistan ruling that came out in the last few days. The Afghanistan, the Taliban ruling leaders, the Minister of Virtue and Prevention of Vice, that's a mouthful, has come out with a new ruling that bans women from hearing the voice of other women. Now, this ruling means that women must not pray loud enough for any woman that is passing to hear her. A woman must not speak in her own home loud enough that a woman passing in the street could hear her. It is banning women from being heard at all. There is also already women are banned from showing any flesh in public to avoid tempting others, is how they put it. Or maybe if men are tempted by seeing a little finger poking out, then perhaps the problem's with the men. But that's aside the point. Women must fully cover to avoid tempting others. They are already banned from speaking in front of any men who are not their husband or a significantly close relationship, i.e. father or brother. They must be accompanied by a male guardian at all times when they leave the house. Ergo, husband, father or brother. Now, the husband, father and brother, if they're not home, it means women are banned from leaving the house, even to go grocery shopping, to seek medical attention for any reason whatsoever. And the Ministry of Virtue and Prevention Advice have vowed that they will reintroduce the stoning of women if they break any of these rules. If you don't think that this is what 2025 have now called 2028 are admiring, anyhow. So these rules are starting to cause discord within the Taliban itself. Please, it's actually this last ruling and the stoning and the banning women from hearing other women's voices starting to cause a little bit of unrest within the Taliban. Holy shit, Sherlock. Far out. Okay. The restricting of women. As I just split the deck, this is the Gilded Tarot, where I actually want to cry with the heaviness of this energy. The restriction of women, the prevention of women even hearing their own voice is going to be their undoing. Now, I read a long time ago when the US withdrew from Afghanistan that we are probably looking, I think it was about 5 years before the collapse of the Taliban regime, the coup, the uprising, the revolution, the women. Oh, how many years are we in now? Happened in Biden's first year, so what are we in? 3 years in, 3.5 years in now. So show me. Yeah, it's the restriction on the family itself, and I think there's an awakening coming. Look at these dragonflies with the transformation. The husbands that actually support their women and their daughters. I think this is just that is the bans that are being put on. It's like this is a step too far. The bans from the government. So show me Afghanistan with this latest ruling. Show me the leadership of the Taliban. What's going to happen? Okay, I'm going to have okay, thank you. They want me to have a look at the women first. The women and the men that support women. Show me what is, okay, 2 cards. Love them. Okay, come on down. These latest rulings are a crossroads moment. Absolutely. Where it's a stop in the tracks and a choice needs to be made about whether you go down this path of protection and light and strength or whether they continue down into this darkness, into the thicket. Wow. This path of freedom, this path of strength, protection. And the challenge is going to be women. 50%, 51% of the population, look at this, women supporting women. 51% of the population are female. Imagine what fear they must have of the power of the feminine, of the power of women to bring in these sorts of laws. Now, we've touched on it before about a lot of these countries fear democracy because they're seeing the rise of the female power. It's all about dominance and control, trying to keep women subservient and under wraps because What they fear is that the change in the cycle is that women are now at a stage where we don't need men. Men have to be of a caliber that women want them. They want the men in their lives. We don't need men for reproduction. We don't need, in the Western world. This is why so many of these countries that try and keep women in this subservient role are trying to undermine the US, which is also then flowing out to other Western countries like Australia, New Zealand, the UK, etc., because they fear the rise of the female, where we don't need men to procreate. We don't need men to buy a house. We don't need men to be the breadwinners. We don't need need men, and they don't know what their role is going forward. So they're doubling down and trying to hang on to the dominant role. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well. But what I'm finding, and I'm noticing in the next generation down, my kids and my stepkids, etc., is that the relationships they're in, all of them have a male partner, and it's a partner. It's not about one having control over the other. They are genuine partnerships where in all of them, the daughters have the ability, if the need ever rose, to be independent on their own. But they choose to be in those partnerships because the men support them. And in turn, the women support the men. This is the energy that we're moving into. And it scares. It scares those that want power and dominance. It's not so much about money, it's about dominance. Okay, so the challenge is the rise of the powerful feminine. The challenge is women and the power of women. And it's a new beginning for women, the birth of something significantly new. Absolutely. In the past, it was very much about controlling the treasure chest, controlling the purse strings. But this is at an end. This patriarchal, hierarchy, oligarchical energy is at an end. Now, it will, I hate to say it, it will get worse before it gets better, because this energy is even more desperate to hang on. But let's see where it goes. Yeah, I'm asking about the women in Afghanistan being forced to retreat. I'm just going to say it is going to get worse before it gets better, as there is this increased desperation on this behalf, because they know they're in the past and the future is this, but they're going to force more legal restrictions on women, as if that's even possible, banning a woman from hearing another woman's voice. Goodness me, because it is all connected to this energy. The immediate future is this energy. Oh, goodness me, my heart absolutely breaks for my sister. I don't have physical sisters, I'm just talking about the sisterhood of these women in Afghanistan. Goodness, but this is the immediate future. It is going to get worse before it gets better, and I'm really upset about that. Okay, externally, a rejection of what is being offered, an emotional rejection of what is being offered. Now, I'm really getting the feeling that there is going to be a stand by women in the home front of basically crossing the legs. I'm going to put it that way, crossing the legs. An emotional withdrawal, and a physical withdrawal. And I am feeling that it is going to get worse. There will be women that will lose their lives because of this. And I'm even seeing burning because of this. Holy crumbs! But I'm not trying to justify what's happening, and I really wish we could just bypass all this and get to the other side. But we all chose to come down to Earth to play our part in lifting the vibration of the entire planet. It doesn't excuse what's going to happen to these women. It's just, I have no words. Anyhow, internally, working together behind the scenes. Absolutely. Women will find a way to work together behind the scenes for the protection, for the bringing of a healing. It's going to be a difficult uphill slog. However, the outcome, the inspirational queen bringing forward a new plan and a new message. Men standing with them, internally, externally, a judgment moment where there will be a collective awakening, a call to arms as women demand their autonomy and independence. It will be a return to the feminine independence. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, this is heavy energy. So we've got the circles of support, we've got the working together, a lot of headlines coming out really quickly, a lot of positive headlines coming out quickly across the country. There's a process to go through. I'm going to say here is perhaps some international legislation, but there is going to be grief, heartbreak, despair, as there's going to be volatile movement forward, something unexpected, a crossroads in regards to the abuse of power, trying to clamp down even further. The swamp being exposed to the light of the feminine moon. We know the swamp is this patriarchal my way or the highway, but there's going to be some sort of uprising and conflict that will bring it to an end and fully expose this restriction on women and bringing forward a rebalancing and justice. I'm just going to put it out there that heavy energies. It marries up with the previous reading I did, 3 years ago on Afghanistan. Okay, I'm just going to have a look. Do apologise if I sound like I'm full of a cold. It is allergies. Springtime. Let's have a look. How's this going to work out for the Taliban leadership? Strength of women, moving forward, being seen. It's slow progress. It's going to be slow. It's going to be slow progress, though. Okay, show me. How's this going to work out for the Taliban leadership? Let's have a quick look. How's this going to work out, this latest ruling? How's this going to work out for the Taliban leadership? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Right. How's it going to work out? Oh, well, they're in this energy of a return to what they think was the past. I'm really drawn to the fact that the little girl there is playing with the rabbit, where women are just there for breeding. It's what they think. It's this false illusion of what a certain element believed they were promised. Here's the women on the bottom again. The circles of support of women. Yeah, by disenfranchising. It really reeks of Catholic Church in the 1700s. Is that this the persecution of women for being witches, etc.? This is the impression I'm getting. Really, really reeks of um, the of that era where forcing into a subclass out in the cold while they sit in their luxury chambers, etc. It's awful, awful. Okay, a lot of decrees coming out. I think there's already been an awakening on this. There's already movement on this. Crowning the reading, women's independence, the rise of the feminine. It's also the hidden agenda to subserviate, but it's also the power of the feminine spirituality here, the power of the female spirit. Look at these women coming out. The Queen of Cups. She's not yet revealed what she's going to bring forth. She's just keeping it under wraps at the moment. Externally, internally, there are plans afoot already. There are already plans afoot. More feminine energy, the Queen of Pentacles in the hopes and fears. The outcome, loss, disappointment, heartbreak, but two cups still standing beneath this tree of light. And then the star, healing. Emotional loss. This could be the men finding that I'm talking about the Taliban leadership facing loss in the light of the star, King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. Could be after the defeat of Trump, Queen of Swords, bringing forth the fading of the misogynistic energy, trying to hold on despite their insecurity, but you've got the Temperance card coming here. It's feeling sooner rather than later. Look at all these positive cards. All these positive cards that are coming out. So the future of the Taliban hierarchy. Three of Cups, circles of support. The deals being done in the dark of the hidden corners. The Empress. The feminine energy. There will be a crossroads moment. There will be a lot of anxiety as the secrets are brought out to be shone upon. A lot of anxiety about this stealing, but it's the end of the cycle. It's almost like it's going to quicken up and then done, if that makes sense. In a lot of parts of the world, I'm feeling this with Russia too, it feels so close that the energy, the change, it's going to get worse before it gets better, but it's going to quicken, and then the change is done. And then we have the new start, the new beginning, the new era. Okay, however, Afghanistan, I'm seeing a year cycle. A year cycle, at least, yeah, a year cycle. And a lot of the times the cycle I'm seeing is the start of the end, not the end of the end. Okay? Going to be a year of, thank you, a year of a real building of tension, of pressure, of it getting worse. and then it will tip. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you for joining me. Please link arms, support our fellow sisters throughout the world in any way you can, even if it's just sending light and energy or amplifying their message. Love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.